Hi, I'm Anna. Welcome back to my channel. Today, as you saw on the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to review The Shadows by Alex North. So thank you so very much to NetGalley and Celadon Books for granting me early access to an ARC of this one. Now, first of all, I would love to say I'm so sorry for not having reviewed this one before, but the wait was worth it. I had many issues. I requested many ARCs thinking I was not going to be approved, and I was approved for all of them at the same time. So then it started building up and building up. And I was finishing my degree at the university and everything was a mess. So, yeah. That's what you have to know for now. Now, this is a standalone adult horror/thriller. And it is the story of Paul Adams, who left his hometown many years ago because of certain events that took place over there. Somebody died and he was traumatized by it, and as soon as he was ready to go to college, his mother sent him to another place. Then he comes back because he receives news that his mom is sick and there was an accident, so he has to go back to make sure he can say goodbye to her before she dies, if she does. Now, I gave this book 4.5 stars. And you will know why it wasn't 5. Because it was initially a 5-star. Like, I was predicting it. But it was 4.5 just for 2 reasons. And I can tell you, the creepy vibes were incredible. Like, I love horror. And, it was amazing. I loved how creepy it was. Like, you never knew. There were plot twists. You never knew who was doing what. We discovered many nuances towards the end that I would have loved to see better developed. Like, I would have loved more development on more talking, getting to know the character deeper, or characters that came up towards the end better. But what I can tell you is that I was intrigued from page 1. It was creepy from page 1. The images it set in my head were careful, because there are trigger warnings over here. Death, savage death, savage homicide, death of a young person, death of an elderly. There's drug addiction somewhere, but that's not deeply touched. There's obsessions, there's not letting go, mourning processes that are unfinished after many years. I would say those are the main trigger warnings that are more than enough. And there's the death of an animal, although luckily it was not explained at all, because otherwise I wouldn't have liked this book whatsoever. Now, the writing style made it really easy to read. You could see clearly, sometimes you see when characters have deep thoughts, you cannot see the difference between when they're thinking or talking, and it blurs a bit, and the thoughts are not always related to what's happening at the present. This didn't happen here. Everything had a relationship to current events. Everything was in place. Writing style made it clearly differentiated when it was thoughts and when it was dialogue or events happening. Every character had their own voice, although I believe this book was plot driven, but the characters were not left unexplained, if it makes sense. Like, you always ended up understanding why things happened. I absolutely loved that. And the reasons why I gave this one 4.5 instead of 5 stars were 2. One, it ruined the stand for me. This one thing, and you see it in certain elements of the story, and even at times on the writing style, the influenced by Stephen King. It was, I absolutely love Stephen King, so I reckon that's why I love this book. This book gave me mainly Pet Cemetery vibes, and it's mentioned in the book, but it ruined The Stand. If you haven't read The Stand, you can jump a couple of paragraphs, but that's all. It's not more than that, but it ruined it for me because I read those, and I haven't read that one. I've read Stephen King, a few, but not that one. So thank you, Alex North, for ruining The Stand for me, but I love the references, I love the influences. And then the other reason was the thing I said before, that I would have loved the last couple of things to be better explained, and certain characters, there were things that were not as clear, certain side characters mainly, not the main ones though, but for the rest it was chef's kiss for me. If you like horror, if you like creepy vibes, if you the trigger warnings don't trigger you, this book, please read it. So that's it from me today. If you liked this video, please click like down here, and don't forget to comment. Let me know what you thought of it. If you like horror, if you don't, if you're thinking of reading it, I recommend it. I've seen it. It's got 2 stars. I don't get why someone would give this book 2 stars, just because I loved it, but you know, it's just opinions. Or recommend me other books that I may like from what I said about this one. And if you like my videos, don't forget to click the bell for notifications and subscribe to my channel if you want to. And I hope you're having a great time. I'm sending you huge bear hugs and hope to see you soon back in my channel. Bye.